Sometimes you bring new furniture at home, and sometimes you rearrange things, and sometimes you throw away stuff because that's useless. Linux works the same way. Directories, which are basically just folder with some cooler names. If you like your house clean, you need to keep your system clean too. Otherwise, over time, it turns into a complete mess. And let's be honest, you don't like random unknown stuff lying around in your house, right? Same goes for your Linux machine. Keeping alien files inside your system, not a great idea, especially when important things are stored there. So in this lecture, we are going to learn file management in Linux the proper way, the way real engineers actually use it. And yes, if you have not yet completed the previous assignment, don't worry. We will solve that assignment in this video. And I have the next assignment ready for you as well at the end of this video. And a request from all of you. Please hit the GST and text-free subscribe button. It will motivate me to make more free videos for you. So let's jump on to the lecture now. Welcome to the second lecture of third section. Now this is a very important lecture because here you will learn how to manage the files and directories, which means you should know how to create, move and copy these files, because in server edition you won't be having the GUI, so you should know how to do it from the terminal. So quickly, in this video, you'll be able to create new files. Now creating the touch files could be a little tricky because it is like you can create a blank file or you can give it the extension type which can decide that if it is a text file or PHP file. But for a fundamental and on a very basic level, you can understand that we use touch command to create new files. You can also go ahead with cp command to copy the files. See, all of these commands are very easy. In fact, their short form defines their full form. For example, cp is for copying files, mv is for moving files, rm is for removing files. Now these are your organizing tools like adding, shifting and removing your furniture in the house. I always try to relate these things with the real life problems. Like, you have furniture in your house, you need to shift it sometimes, you need to add more furniture. Exactly like this, we do it in Linux. So let's go ahead and let me give you the practical approach of it. Alright, so let's jump on to the practical section of this lecture. I hope everybody has completed the assignment. Assignment was very easy. You simply have to create new directories that says projects, notes, logs. So let me go ahead and do this for you. But from the next assignment, you're gonna have to do it by your own. If you're still not able to do it, make sure you watch my lecture again, because all the assignments that I gave you are related to the lecture that I've just now taught you. So let me go ahead and create these directories in Linux practice folders so that it cannot be cluttered out there. So now I need to create the directories that are for nodes, config and logs. So like this, you can create multiple directories just by single command. So if I do ls, you can see all these directories are here. And I also asked you to create one more directory, that is Devops lab zone. So you can also do that. So maybe I'm gonna make one more directory here that says Devops lab. So you can see the directory is right here. These assignments are not super time consuming. You can add folders like scripts, backup, configs. Okay, you can create more folders inside the Devops lab. So first of all, I have to catch the directory of Devops lab and I have to create more folders here that says scripts, backups and configs. So scripts, backups and configs. So that's how you create more folders inside there, and that's how you travel from one directory to another. So my whole purpose to give assignment is because I really want you guys to, go from one directory to another, which will help you, and it will help you to get used to from the Linux. Okay, so remember I also told you about one more command, clear. Now the third assignment was to try this command simply. Like it's nothing, it's just this command, that is history, pipe it with grep and mkdir. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this command. I just asked you to observe this command if you were able to observe it. So I'm looking for the history command. I'm trying to pipe it from grep mkdir. So what this basically is doing, it is going to give the output from the history command. So it is going to take the output from here and it is going to pipe the output from the second command. For example, it is going to search all the commands that are related to make directory. So for example, if I hit enter, you can see all these commands are right here. So this is how you use multiple commands at a time. So here was a quick recap, but right now in this lecture, we were talking about how to create, move, copy, and clean up these kind of commands. So let's go ahead and do all of these things into the Linux practice. So I'm going to come up a level up. For that, I'm going to go with cd space ... So here I am into the Linux practice. Let me see what is around. So around we have this folder that is notes. So maybe I can create my first file inside the folder of notes. So I'm going to catch a directory for notes. And inside here, like I told you a few minutes back, that I can use touch command to create a new file. So for example, if I write here as roadmap, and if I hit enter and then I see, then here is a new file that is roadmap. Let me just go ahead and make you see that how actually it is looking like. So I was inside my home directory. Here I have Linux practice. Inside here I have notes, and here is a file that says roadmap. Now notice I have not given any extension to it, which could be the reason that you are not able to see it into the .txt format. So simply I can create a new file to make you see the difference. For example, I can write here as checklist.txt, and if I do ls, then you have seen that there are two files now, checklist.txt and roadmap. Now this looks like a file that you can open in Vim. You can also open this one as well, but then this is gonna work like your txt file. So you will be using this touch command often because it will help you to create config files, script shells, and logs. Next up, we'll learn that how you can copy file. All right, so now we can just copy a file with simply cp command. So for example, if I write here as roadmap and then copy it as a backup, and if I hit enter and if I see ls, then you can see that we have a duplicate, like photocopying a file, same content, different name. So this is the exact file that we have copied. This is this, and this file is all same. So this is how you copy file. Now you can also copy this file to other folders. For example, if I go ahead a level back, if I do ls, you can see all the folders are right here in a level back that are config, DevOps, labs, and different kind of folders are right here. But now I wanted to teach you that how to copy the file from one directory to another. So for example, all of these things were happening inside a folder called as notes. So again, I'm going to take you there. So from notes folder, without coming back, you're going to have to copy this file that is roadmap. So for that, what you are going to do, you're simply going to write a cp command and then roadmap. So this file, I want to copy it to, let's say, in the folder of logs. Right? So what I'm going to do is that inside this command // which means I want to go back one directory, and after going back one directory, I want to copy this roadmap file into which folder? That is, let's say, logs for an example. So I can write here as logs. I can hit enter and boom, there my file got copied into the folder of logs. So let me take you through it. When I go inside the logs, you can see my file is right here. So likewise, you can just copy the file from one place to another. You can also rename or move your files with mv commands. Yes, it has a dual purpose. mv command has a dual purpose. If the destination is a file name, it is going to rename it. If it is a folder, it is going to move the file from there. Let me help you in understanding it with a practical approach. For example, let me see where I am right now. Okay, so I'm inside the folder of notes. Okay, great. Now, if I want to rename this file, that is checklist. So let me go ahead with mv command and let me rename the checklist.txt file to, let's say, checklist_v1, right? If I hit enter, and if I see ls, you can see it is not a duplicate file. The older file was renamed by the name of checklist underscore v1. So this is how you rename a file in Linux. If you want to move file from one place to another, that is exactly same as copying the file. So here in this case, we will try to move this logs folder inside the folder of notes. Let's go ahead and let's try to do that. Right now I'm into the directory of this notes. So for this, what I'm going to do is that I'm simply going to go with mv command, and then I'm going to come a level back, a directory back, and then I'm going to move logs, right? And I'm going to move that logs inside the directory of, let's say, notes. And I'm going to hit enter. Now let's see if this is done. So, okay. So here you can say inside the notes, I have this folder that says logs. So this is how you move your directory from one place to another. Now with this, I can also teach you one more command, that is rm. It is also a dangerous one because rm deletes the file completely, permanently. Like there is no coming back, no trash bin, no recovery unless you are using any version controlling, right? So it's easy again to remove any file. For example, if I want to remove, let's say, backup file, so I'm going to go with rm and I'm going to hit backup and I'm going to hit enter and it's gone, deleted. If I go with ls, you can see there is no file that says backup. So there is no way that I can bring that file back. If I try to go ahead and remove, let's say, this directory logs, it is not going to happen with rm. It will throw you an error. For example, if I go with rm logs, see, it cannot remove logs. There is a reason behind it, because for this, you gotta have to do the recursive approach. So you can use the recursive with -r command. Without that, you cannot delete this directory. So I'm gonna go with that rm -r for recursive. And then maybe I can delete the folder that says logs. So -r stands for recursive. It removes everything inside the folder too. So let me go ahead and try to run this command, and let's go with ls. You can see that now the directory is deleted. It is not throwing any kind of error. So whenever you remove any kind of directory, make sure you use this recursive command out here. So this is how you just go ahead and play around with your furniture, you can say. Okay, this is great. This is done. But let me give you a bonus tip on how to speed up with these commands. The only way to speed up with these commands is by throwing multiple commands at a time. For an example, you can maybe create multiple files, let's say tom.txt, cruise.txt, alpha.txt, right? If I go ahead and do the ls, you can see all of these files are here. If I want to move all of these files somewhere else, maybe if I want to move all the .txt files at the same time, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go with the wildcard entry. Yes, there is a wildcard entry here in Linux as well. For example, you can go with mv and you are going to use this star, or some people call it as asterisk. You're going to use this wildcard. It will let you to work on multiple files at once. It's like saying all .txt files here. And what you are going to do with all .txt file is that you are going to remove them somewhere. So let's say if I was going to move them into the folder of config. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go a step back, and then I'm going to catch the folder config and I'm going to hit enter, right? So let me go ahead and make you witness it. So if I go into the Linux inside the config file, you can see not all the files were moved, only the txt files were moved. So this is how you use the wildcard thing out over here. Now you know how to do more things with the files. Before this lecture ends, I'm going to give you an assignment again. This is the best way to go ahead and practice everything. So in this assignment, you have to create a new directory, says projects inside Linux practice. You need to create a new file that says deploy.sh, copy it to logs where you have deploy-backup.sh, rename it and remove it. So this is a simple assignment. I hope you'll be able to complete it. Completing the assignment is really a nice hobby. It gives you like an accomplishment that now you have perfectly learned everything about this lecture. So make sure you don't skip the assignments. All right, so let me just go ahead and take you towards the recap of this lecture. All right, so in this command, we were able to achieve that how to use touch command, copy, move, and remove these files. We also learned about a nice wildcard entry in between the commands. And there are these tips that you should not forget, because rm is one of the most dangerous command of Linux. Use it with care, double check it with file names, dry run with ls first, because who knows if you're taking a backup of some kind of SQL database and you just used rm command to delete that file or to remove the file, and then there is no coming back and there is a disaster in your company after that. So make sure you don't go ahead and get stuck in these kind of situations. rm is a very dangerous command. Use it with your own will, but with safety. So I hope you enjoyed this lecture. I hope you'll complete the assignment as well. But that's it for this lecture. I'll see you again in another one.